Yes, man, Tony, if you would take the honors of popping the cork and pouring for our bride and our groom.
Oh, wow. What a...
Watch out.
And a very special vintage for our maid of honor.
So she gets the crystal, right?
No truer words than better.
At this time, we'll turn the microphone over to our best man for our official first toast.
Thank you. Well, if you'll indulge me a minute, I'll expand the comments by just a few minutes. I'd like to start by asking, especially the people in the back, to acknowledge that the following two statements are simultaneously true. Number one, you cannot hear me. Number two, you want to. I don't see any hands up, so I think we're solid. Eric and I met the very first day of college, and it's been a long, long friendship since that day. We share similar spirits, the exact same sense of humor. We both spent a lot of time in high school having to explain the jokes that we thought were perfectly brilliant, that nobody else seemed to get. The first day of college, we had orientation the very first day in our dormitory, and I threw out a line that I was just sure wouldn't get a response, and Eric finished the sentence with the proper response. I said, I got a friend. I got a buddy now. That friendship, though, was tested early on. I'm going to give Eric an opportunity here to atone for a long ago misdeed. The young people here are going to think I'm lying, but computers were not ubiquitous in the olden days.
I so did not.
You did. We're going to let the jury decide here. Eric was the only person in our dormitory that had a computer. He had a Mac 64, and on his computer he had a little role-playing game, and it was everybody was had their own kingdom, their own little fiefdom, and you had to feed your soldiers and pay your people, and you had to pay your workers, and each turn that you took was a season. And when it got to winter time, it didn't matter how many people were playing the game. The rats ate all my corn, and all the other competitors, the rats ate all of our grain, but Eric's were never touched. What was your major in college?
That'd be computer science.
Computer science. There's a trend of it. I was a biology major. I didn't know anything about computers. So we're convinced that Eric hacked the code, wrote in. He always used the same username when he played the game, so we think that it was triggered by that. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Your wedding gift to me is just to admit that you cheated me in all those games.
So I answered. I wrote the code. Played fairly. Mostly.
I think that's good. I can live with that. I think I've got my answer finally after all these years. Well, you know, everybody dreams about their future spouse. And I remember when I was a kid, I'd lay in bed at night, looking up at the moon and stars, thinking, where the heck's the roof? That notwithstanding, you dream of that perfect person, and until you really find them, it's just not right. I found my beautiful bride when I was 27. I waited a while. Eric has to always one-up me. I don't know why he doesn't. He waited a little bit longer, but everybody in this room, I think we're all certain that it was absolutely the right one. So please raise your glasses. The toast to the happy couple, to Cora and Eric. God bless you. May you have a long, long, happy life together. And Gwen, God bless you. You're entering a beautiful family. These are wonderful people, and you're going to be a blessing to everybody here. So, cheers to all. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Is there anyone else who would like to hold a toast glass to our bride and groom? Have Mike will travel. Very good. If not, how about a nice round of applause for our best man in his first day, our newlywed